Finally, Brother Paul, can we anticipate the completion of your insights on Ecclesiastes? That we eagerly await.
I'd like to plead the fifth here.
Well, you're in luck because you're out of time.
Okay, good.
We'll let you escape for now.
Next year.
So it's down to you. A lot of your columns focus on foreign evangelism. People, they're doing the good work of the kingdom overseas. What effect do you feel Christianity Magazine had on foreign evangelism, if any?
I don't really know. I'm not sure to what extent it increased the number of evangelists going. I think it did perhaps enlighten a lot of people to what was being done, and that was one of the reasons I agreed to write a column at the very beginning. I was rather eager for some kind of a forum in which I could enlighten brethren. I found so many brethren just didn't even know that anything was being done in country after country where work was being accomplished, and so I think it enlightened again the common people to things that were going on that they didn't know about, and perhaps has actually contributed to the support of men that were going. And I'd like to hope that some maybe decided to go and work as a result of it. But there certainly was an increased, and people told me over and over when I met them, and got notice from time to time that they were happy to know about individual Christians that were living in different parts of the world, serving the same God and worshiping as the Scriptures teach. So there certainly is more consciousness now of those things, and I just rejoice in it. If this made any contribution, I'm thankful for it, but I wouldn't really know how much it contributed.
Did y'all have subscriptions going overseas at all?
We had some, not a lot as I recall, but some. Of course, to many people overseas, we had a few in Europe particularly, but even the subscription cost would be too great for the average Christian in many parts of the world that we were interested in enlightening people about.
What was the story behind your delay of being listed as an editor? You can elaborate on that some.
Well, I had created some distrust of papers. Some of the things Ed said a few minutes ago had concerned me. Back in the division of the 50s and 60s, the papers not only provided teaching, but they exercised an influence far beyond anything that they included in their articles. And one or two papers kind of became the center, the focal point of a sectarian division, really. And I wasn't happy with that. And I did not want to become a part of another paper that might foster division and foster sectarianism. And as I said a minute ago, I didn't know Dee. And I had some contact with Brent, but very, very little. And I just didn't know where this paper was going. And so I wanted, as I said, I wanted a forum in which to feature brethren in other parts of the world and that kind of work. And I was happy to write one article each month. But as I met with them, brethren, I think in the very beginning, or after at least the formation of this group, I saw that was not their purpose. And eventually I felt I could join in with a clear conscience and know that that's not where this paper is going. And I didn't want to contribute anything to that kind of a paper that would foster division and a sect or a party of some kind.
Well, he was one creative editor once he came there, I think.
Well, I enjoyed very much doing the themes and getting the articles together. It was a pleasure.
If I remember correctly, I thought I read in one of the issues that the themes were, it was designed where you could, if you wanted to, remove the staples, pull that theme out, and it could become kind of an evangelistic track. Was there much, did you hear any stories people use it that way a lot?
I don't know that it was used that much. The first thought was to scatter them through the paper, And I think that may have been my contribution to the makeup of it. I felt that would be a good idea to put it in the center. And that's what was eventually done, but whether it was used that way or not, I really don't know. Don't know that it was.
I've had people tell me that they used them in different ways. I mean, people have used them in classes, and I've certainly had a lot of preachers tell me that they preached them.
Yeah, oh yes, yes. That's been used that way. But as far as the fact that they were together in the center, I'm not sure that had that much to do with it.
Do you have any other questions for Sewell? Okay, we're to the last section. This section, comparison and looking forward. I'm going to have the first three, and then we'll shift to him. What issues? Well, we're kind of already answered this one as I come back to it, so I'm going to skip that first one. When the magazine was ended, the Focus magazine either bought or inherited the subscription list. And what was the history behind how the transition kind of happened behind all that?
We just needed to finish out because we had an issue.
Yeah, I mean, we decided not to continue the paper, that we were going to stop it. And it was just a matter, it was kind of a business matter of, I mean, there was no money exchanged. It was a matter of somebody taking over our...
Not all subscriptions ended at the same time.
Right,
Yeah.
so some people still had subscriptions coming to them by the time we ended, and I think they agreed to complete that with those people in some fashion.
So y'all handed your subscription list over to them? There wasn't a business?
I think so, David. Were you
I
at
think
that's
Focus
right.
at that
I
time?
think that's what happened.
I think that's all there was to it. But we needed our business people here to talk to you about that.
I'm sorry.
Focus fulfilled the obligations of the subscriptions to Christianity Magazine.
I think that's right. And whether we gave Focus some money or not, I don't know.
I think it was quite a bit, actually.
I don't think we did. I think we're recovering from that finally.
Did any of y'all continue writing in any forums on a regular basis?
Not for a paper. I haven't, but of course, I write every day. But they have often solicited, and I'd be glad to do it. I just haven't had time to do it.
There was one issue of Focus magazine that had all editors of Christianity Magazine as the writers of the article of the church.
Right.
Other than that, just occasional articles. Not occasional enough.
I've been happy to contribute to Focus from time to time, and Biblical Insights. I've had fairly regular articles there. I appreciate the opportunity to say some things occasionally.
I suppose that probably the reason we don't write more than we do is because there are no longer any deadlines, and so there's no inspiration.